So like I see it on both sides, but the blame for me isn't really much on Maresca. For me, I'm more looking at the SDs and I'm looking at the ownership. It's a shambles. This is just opportunistic. It's like you said, Aston Villa, right? They are building to improve the team. We are building to improve our books. There's a difference.
Facts. On a financial level, it's all about profits being the focus. We got melts going on different platforms all over and on Twitter, praising, oh, we've made profit on this player, that player. You lot think you're like turtleneck accountants, bruv. Yeah? Who cares about profits? We care our profits winning trophies. Who cares about profits? I don't care. I'm not interested. I didn't care how much Roman spent on players and what the wages were
He
or how
didn't
much we
care.
sold players for. All we cared about was intent to win. That's all that matters. All right. And we did do that. Now it's like we're accepting, oh, look at this. We'll praise the owners for making profit and the SDs for making profit. Get out of it. Because when you talk about this is not on Maresca, it's never going to be on Maresca. I said it when we appointed him. You cannot put any blame on Enzo Maresca. Yeah. All right. He's an outright yes man. And to back it, all right, in the pre-season, he said, no. I don't want any involvement in signings. I just want to coach and do my job. All right. They also put out through the brand envelopes and saying they want a manager where the directors and so the delegates, the hierarchy, can be involved in everything that the manager does, including visitation of training sessions and training ground. All right. He's also come out and said, all right, that he's tried to coach out Pochettino's high line out of the players that we got in pre-season. He also said that there's no pressure to get top four. When at the end of last season, the owners put in the match program that we want top four. All right, which is
Exactly.
another segment of this stream. But before I get onto that, I want to talk about Enzo Maresca because he came out in the presser today, and the biggest red flag is he said, "I've got no idea who could leave and who could arrive. Anything can happen," which depicts that he's a yes man, that he has no control or say on what players come in and out. And the whole PR stunt that he never wanted João Felix, it doesn't matter what he wants or what he does want because he's not going to get it anyway. This is where you have to
It's a fact.
question, right?
It's a fact.
What's the project for? Is it for football and to build a team to compete at the highest level and you want to get Champions League as a trophy? Or is it to just build the books and profit margins and make money? Well, I'll go with the latter. Let's have it
Yeah,
right.
it's Chelsea Investment Bureau, bro. It's no longer Chelsea Football
Yeah,
Club. It's Chelsea Investment Bureau.
yeah, yeah,
They're
yeah.
in, they're investing. I look at it as cryptocurrency now. You invest in a new coin that's got all the hype, goes all the way up to the moon, then you sell. That's it. They're not concerned about nothing else. But what they don't realize is that if you're winning, you're gonna get the capital you're looking for anyway, tenfold. You're gonna win. Do you know what I mean? If you're winning trophies, you're gonna get money for that. You're gonna get sponsorships. You're gonna get everything. You're gonna be signing high profile players. Their shirts are gonna be flying off the racks. Like there can be a medium to this, but I just don't. For me, it's like they're not even thinking about that. They just don't care. Immediately is where we gonna make profit. Where can we identify to make profit? That's what it is. No player is safe. Maresca's comments right there when he said he has no idea who's coming in and out. Like you said, that's a massive red flag because the manager should be the first one to know who's coming in and out of the club. He should
How,
know.
how can you build a squad without the manager's voice, without the manager's advice or needs? How can you implement a philosophy from a gaffer to play a brand of football to show the intent to win if you're not actually giving him the tools that he needs? No, this is a budget, and I mean bottom of the barrel budget Roman model of yes man model. Because let's have it right, even under Roman, yes, we brought in managers and he would say, like, make it work, right? But he brought in managers with experience and of elite caliber. Not every manager, but the majority of the managers were of an elite level. So you're asking a non-elite manager with no experience of managing the Premier League, his first debut season in the Premier League, to come in and basically problem solve with players that he has to see that who fits and who doesn't fit, but also be under the pressure and under the pressure of the directors to play certain players and rotate players to keep them happy because we've got a bolster squad and to keep their value up so that they can sell. Let's have it right. And I want everyone to understand, under this ownership, everyone and everything is for sale. everything. There is nothing about the long-term project. There is nothing here to build in football in terms, because as Nagelsmann said, and his agent said it for him, he believes this project is not for football, and he ain't wrong. He's landed the facts. So where do you want to draw the line? Because if your manager's coming out saying, I don't know who's coming in, who's going out, he didn't even have to say that, Gunny. All he had to say was, I'm not going to speak about any other Chelsea players. I'm not going to, we're all happy. We're all on the same path. Keep it sweet. Cover it up. This geezer's letting you know, all right, he hasn't got a clue what's happening at his football club. He doesn't know what's going on with his personnel. And he said, oh, I've only got 2 days to prepare for West Ham. Are you joking me, bruv? We played on, what day was it? Saturday. We played Man City. You've had 9 days to prepare for this West Ham game. What are you waffling, bruv? 2 days. What's that all about?
It's ridiculous, but this is, you can see now that the manager's now trying to protect himself. He's in self-preservation mode. That's what it is.
Yeah.
He's in self-preservation mode, bro. Because it's like you said, is he didn't have to come out to the media and say what he said, especially about the transfers. But that there is to absolve him in the eyes of the fans and whoever. Like, I don't have my say. I don't have my control over this club. So you cannot expect me to perform at 100% of my capability, whether it's good enough or not. But you can't expect me to do that because the board upstairs are not willing to listen to the players that I need to make this work. So it's a recipe for failure. And this is another thing is, why do you think, well, you were the first one to say this, but people, why do you think they're going for names like Maresca, Pochettino, Potter? They're easy to control. They're puppets. They're the yes man from Casino, the front man. That's what they are. Mourinho isn't, because you take Mourinho there, he's going to tell them how much of a circus it is. He wouldn't even make it into contract negotiations. Mourinho would sit there and tell him, listen, this is what needs to happen, A, B, C, and D. Same with any top class manager. Doesn't matter who you bring in. Hansi Flick, whoever you want to bring into the club that's elite. They're going to sit there and then when they turn around and tell them no, they're going to be like, well, who here in your hierarchy has won more than me and my team? So why am I going to take advice from people who have never won anything major in their career? They've never built a team to win anything. They might have picked 1 or 2 individuals with a little bit of talent here and there, but what have they really built? What legacy have they shown at any place they've been? Nowhere. This is why we're not gonna get no top managers. This is attacks from all angles. Like, because me and you, we are desperate. We're desperate for the elite. We're desperate for that. But the way this is set up and the philosophies that are put in place, it almost makes it impossible. Because top players want to play for top managers. If top managers don't want to come to Chelsea, how are we going to attract the majority of the top players to build the squad that's good enough for us? How are we going to do it?
You can't, because the ownership got no experience in football. They're hedge fund, venture capitalist merchants, equity merchants. All right. So their only forefront is, we've bought Chelsea on an opportunity on a cut price because the UK government sanctioned Roman, and we're gonna do it our way and gut everything out and instill a model that is there to make money. Right. So they've got no football interest whatsoever. However much PR you want to get, they've gone and brought you Lawrence Stewart and Paul Winstanley, who haven't even got enough years experience to do the job, all right? Haven't even got a track record. And where have you picked them from? Brighton and Monaco, right? So straight away, another red flag of mid-directors with mid-experience, controllable. And then the 3 managers, as you've mentioned, Potter hasn't won anything and has managed at Brighton, the model that they're copying, all right? Pochettino's the best yes man they could have got. That all fell on their face because he actually turned and grew some bollocks and said, I want to keep certain players. They want to sell them. He called them out on their project, near enough, pretty much. He got the chop, or they parted ways, or he had enough. Either way, he's gone. And now you had to go lower in the pecking order for Enzo Maresca. So in every department in the hierarchy, from top to bottom, including the players that they recruit, none of them are elite. None of them are experienced, and none of them have the minerals or capability to take Chelsea where we belong. No matter how much time you give them, they're not going to do that. But they're quite happy because they're making money. For example, Hutchinson, they got him for free, advertised that he's a Chelsea player, loaned him to Ipswich, sold him for 30 or 25 million. Moreira, they got on a free, sold him to Strasbourg for whatever amount of money profit. Angelo, the Brazilian player, sold him to their own club, Strasbourg, for profit. Gallagher, profit. Mount, profit. Lewis Hall, profit. Matson, profit. All these players, they're making money, bruv. They're making dough, all right? And they're bringing them in. Washington, Datcha Vavan apparently coming back. Yeah? We've got deals that they're making, like Kellerman, just to do a deal with Aston Villa to help them with PSR because they're American owners. Yeah? And then this guy's now going on loan to Watford. He ain't even played a minute for Chelsea. Paying, instead of him being valued at 500 grand, they paid 17 million for this guy to help Aston Villa. Everything's an opportunity. Everything's where can we make money and make profit. That's the forefront of it's not squad building. All right. There is nothing to say that they are squad building for the benefit of Chelsea and the football team. All right. That is the biggest problem we have at Chelsea. And that stems from the top. So if you're looking at face value, right? What is anyone propagandaing, bruv? What are you trusting? How can you trust it? You can't trust this nonsense. It's clear as day, bruv. Yeah? Which brings me on to Duran. Yeah? Duran, they said, was because of his attitude and their stuff we heard with Cherky from Lyon. You know, that winger. All right? Same narrative. They push out that they're not sure this and that. No, they went in and they spoke to Duran. Duran rejected us outright. We got Tell, who's basically unproven, surplus to requirements of Bayern Munich, a young kid. When we don't need a young kid, we need some experience, all right? Plus, you've got Piers and Esteval William coming in. So what's the point in buying Tell? Because it's an opportunity, because you want to offload Nkunku in the process and use that as a bargaining chip to get Nkunku's got high wages off the books to send to Bayern Munich. And this guy doesn't even want to come to our football club. And he's young and unproven. He'd rather go to Spurs at this rate. Now, if I'm going to lose a player to Spurs, yeah, when we had Roman, what did we do? We took William, bruv. He saw the light, bruv. Got the call from Abramovich. And off he went to Stamford Bridge, bruv. Yeah? We were picking off players from teams, all right? Especially that scum club. You understand me? What's happened, bruv? We're an embarrassment, and these directors and owners are embarrassing us. But where I've got to draw the line, Gunny, yeah, is people keep pushing the directors have to go, they're shocking this and that. Who is authorizing and signing off what the directors do?
Yep.
Upstairs.
Yep.
They are in every deal. Like Ed Barley, it applies. Like Ed Barley got on his jet to fly to deal with Rui Costa and Enzo Fernandez. Like he got on his jet to go to Shakhtar Donetsk for Mudryk. Like he went and personally handled the Casado deal because the director, it's all fucking celebrity lights, flashing lights, Kanye West, let's have it right.
Save the day.
Yeah, save the day. We got the intent.
Owners.
So what you got those directors for? Why have you got two then if they can't even do their job? Because they're there to be the fall guy to protect you lot with your image. Facts.
Yep. They took the 62.5, bro. That's what it is. They took it. They took the 62.5. So whatever falls on top of Chelsea falls on their head first. That's what it is. It's the layer cake. That's they're the ones that have the protection and they build the layers of protection before you get to them. You see how you used to play like back in the day? You're from the same era as me. You see, I used to have games like Streets of Rage on like Sega, Super Nintendo now. You're just going through the levels and then you get to the final boss. That's what it is. That's the layers of protection that they've put. And each one of the layers of protection is the team, the manager, the sporting directors, and then you get to them. So that's that's three layers that you've got to fight through before you get to them. And that's how they built it. And they're expecting, and what they're relying on is our ignorance. And our ignorance to not see that that's the case.
Which is facts, and the layer cake, to have it right, it is the ending where they all get wiped out. You understand me? Because that's us on the Minerals FC, exposing everything. All right. Now you've got Goldfish. He's really pounding it now. No surprise. He's pounding it, bruv. Yeah. He's out of the fishbowl. Now he's decided, I want to go in the sea. You know what I mean? I want to be free, bruv. You know what I'm saying? So, save face and all that. So have it right. Matt Law's come out today, who's the mouthpiece. He's up the pecking order. He's got up the ladder, as we spoke about with Eunice and yourself yesterday. He's come out and said that these directors are not going to be ousted. They're not going to be. They're basically protected. No one's gonna. They're not gonna sack him. They're gonna look first to the manager, which brings us to the start of the stream. You can't blame the manager, but he's the fall guy before the directors. At how many transfer windows? How many times are you not going to address the directors? You will not sack them, because the moment they sack the directors, they have to do what they did with the managers and go at a lower level for directors. And the Chelsea supporters are going to go, this ain't right. We want better, not worse, lower levels. We want better. And each time they're going in the market, they're going worse and lower levels before we're in the mud like a thumbnail, bruv. Yeah. And seagulls are flying about. It's a joke.
Yeah.
Like, he said, listen, fuck the directors. Sack them all, bruv. Blue Co out, Clear Lake out. That's the only thing to do. These lot have got no intent to change. And if they're not going to change, us supporters have to make them change it.
We have to force it, absolutely.
We have to force it. They're scared right now, Gunny, because they can't go in the market. They have to sell before they buy.